Breakdown Championship Wrestling Breakdown. SCW announcer Jam.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, I am Jam, and this is the official podcast of Superior Championship Wrestling, SCW Breakdown. And I'm here with a guest off the heels of the main event of Christmas in June, and the first ever two-time guest in history of SCW Breakdown, Jon'tae Kieth. How you doing today, Jon'tae?
Slam Jam, my boy. What's the deal?
So
I'm gonna get that Ric Flair impressions down. We gonna every time I come on here, it's gonna get better and better. It's gonna get louder and louder. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's ready to go.
Yeah, you're halfway there. There. Now, last time we started off by me just asking you who is Jon'tae Kieth, but I think our last episode it gave a good insight into who Jon'tae Kieth is. So, in the time since then, who has Jon'tae Kieth become?
That's a deep question. Hopefully a better husband, better man. You know what I'm saying? I still make sure that I handle my responsibilities and I do what I got to do to be able to look myself in the morning in the mirror. Well, yeah, when I wake up in the morning, I look myself in the mirror, and I still see a real one, and that's where I'm gonna be at. Hopefully I'm just on the right path still. I feel good. I'm blessed. The main event was a success, right? When you used to say so, yeah.
Yeah, but you were definitely successful in the main event. You successfully defeated Chuck Cold and the Michigan Internet Champion Father Marquise alongside the Fox 2 News crew, Rob Rochek and Brandon Hudson.
They was lit, man. They was lit the whole time. Shout out to Brandon and Rob. Rob was... He was low-key petrified. But he got the win, though, because he was like, you know what? I trust Jon'tae. Like, they trusted me to really go out there and have their back. I had their back the whole time. Like, yo, I told Brandon, bro, if you just trust me, everything's going to be okay. And he was like, I trust you. And then, boom, he ended up giving that same information to Rob. Rob was on board, and we came out with the win. And hopefully everybody left out happy. That's the goal always.
You definitely left you definitely sent the fans home happy because you want to talk about lit. You yourself were lit from before the bell even rang. You started off in your entrance about 15 feet in the air in those bleachers. Then by the time you actually get to the ring, you're like a bulldozer, cannonball off the ropes. You're going through tables.
Man.
You're taking out your uncle, taking out Marquise. You're taking out Big Rookie. And it got you a win in the end.
Yeah. It sounded like I had a hell of a night, huh?
You did.
All that going through, for sure. It was sweet, man. And it was kind of like one of those moments where they'd be like, okay, like I see John. I always felt like if I had the chance to go out there and really show folks, like, yo, like I got this. Give me the ball. Toss me the ball. I got you. If you just give it to me, like, you can see the home runs. You can see, like, what's there, but you got to actually, like, put me in the positions to make that happen. And I feel like that was one of those positions. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I go to skate park, that's when I fool the hardest. I feel like skate park is like my that's mine. You know what I'm saying? When I go there, like, that's my spot. Because you're going to see something crazy. You're going to see something dope by the time that you go home. You know what I mean? So if you put me in positions like that, bro, you'll never forget some of the stuff you'll see when you rocking with me live. You know what I'm saying? You'll never forget.
Especially at the skate park. Let's not even forget last year at Wintermania when you dove off
that
same bleacher stand.
Facts. It's been so many people that's performed there before. Like, we're not going to act like that people never performed at the skate park before. Especially if you've been in Michigan, you know what I'm saying, and been in the Indies and whatnot. You performed there. But I guarantee you, bro, I swear on everything I love, there's no other person that's made more, like, memories there. In the short time I've even been there for, I only performed there, like, including now, 3 times. And the last two, I guarantee you, ain't nobody made a impact there like I have, like for real.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Like for real.
But you said something a second ago that really struck my eye. So you mentioned about just taking the ball and running with it, and this is probably the biggest ball you've been given. Like, I'm not sure if you main evented before, but you were in the main events, and not just against a 3-time heavyweight champion, not just against the internet champion, but alongside two highly decorated reporters from Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and they on right some legends for real. Legends on TV.
Mm-hmm. Does like an opportunity like that come with pressure for you?
Yeah, for sure. Because you got to think about it, bro. Like, I'm be honest. Like, I've never even been on TV for real. So you got a guy that ain't never been on TV, looking out for folks that has been on TV. So you would think, you'd be like, well, shouldn't it be the other way around? They've been on TV. They should know. You should know how to. It's all just reactions, feelings, and what you know how to do. You know how to do. I'm always saying stuff like, bro, like, I may have never been on TV or nothing like that, but like that doesn't make an impact, my impact different, because I still make people feel something, and that's what wrestling is. You feel something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in there with folks that have been on and still on. They're gonna be on TV next week. They be seen all over the, you know what I mean? But like they still, and they, in fairness too, they still trusted me to be out there because they putting their life on the line too. They be like, anything could have went wrong. Rob is like, how old is Rob?
He's up there.
You feel me?
Certainly up there.
Absolutely is pressure because he got to go back to Fox 2. I don't want dude to come back to Fox 2 like, well, we're reporting. He got all kinds of, and he messed up. And who fault is that? Who they gonna blame? They blame me for everything anyway. They gonna Jon'tae messed up. Now he can't even protect the news people. Like what? So yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but I thrive on stuff like that, bro. I need that because that keeps me going. And it used to be like I got a chip on my shoulder to prove to other people that I can do something, but the chip really is about, okay, what can you do for yourself? Type, you know what I'm saying? Like,
where does that chip come from?
I probably put that chip like myself. It probably comes from me. You know what I'm saying?
You put pressure on yourself.
I
is what
do.
you're saying.
I do. I definitely do.
Why is that?
Man, damn, can we cut?
You said we can bleep it out. Whatever you about to say, we can bleep it out.
I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a passionate person and whatnot, and that's probably because of that. That's where the pressure comes from. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so passionate. After the last performance I had, I was just like, no, the next time I'm there, something else got to happen. You know what I'm saying? I want people to feel where I'm coming from. I'm a real life performer. You know what I'm saying? This is what we live for, so I can get people to understand where I'm coming from so they can keep investing. You got to keep investing, but you can't invest in something you don't feel. You know, so that's where the pressure comes from. That's real pressure. Being a professional wrestler, that's what you need to be focused on, is getting people to care about you. I want people to care, but I don't want to overly just be like, because that's fake. You people can see through that. You know, like, he trying so hard to just get my attention, bro. I see you. Okay, fine. But it has to become a place of, I feel that because I understand where he coming from because, hell, I go through it too. So, amidst all that, you can see where the pressure comes from.
Mm-hmm. Well, whatever pressure you're putting on yourself, it seems like it's paying off because it seems like a lot of fans are gravitating towards you, and I think you're literally in a league of your own right now. Like, going back to the skate park, a lot of people can call themselves champions, a lot of people can call themselves main eventers. Not a lot of people can say that they have a win alongside two award-winning Fox 2 News reporters, but you can, so
yeah,
that separates you from a lot of people.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that puts me in the, but I'm always humble, and in the business days, when I was coming up, they was always saying some stuff like, oh, he's so arrogant. But in pro wrestling, you have to be. In some way, in some way or form, you have to have some type of arrogance about you. You just have to. You know what I'm saying? That's how you survive in this game. But I don't sit here and be like, all right, I don't look down on people. You know what I'm saying? That's never been like how I am. Unlike some folks in this company, Because we all know it's people in this company that be looking down on folks and just be like, nah, piss posh. Or whatever. Like,
I think I know what folks you're talking about.
Yeah,
We'll get to those folks
yeah.
a little bit later.
For sure.
But before we get to those folks, you mentioned that a lot of people are excited about what you do next. And one thing I was excited about was SCW 313. I'm still excited for SCW 313 on August 24th. I was excited to see you specifically because you're from Detroit. I wanted to see you perform in front of that Spirit of Detroit Fist. But I'm learning now that you're not going to be there. You're going to be in Mexico. Why is that?
Yeah, I'm going to be in Mexico. And I'm sorry to let you down, man. I'm sorry. I know. No, but it's because, like a brother is tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just be 100% real with you. This is the part of the pro wrestlers that you don't really hear. When they sit here and say stuff like this, they be like, I'm tired. I need a break. My body hurt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that that's all three was going on with me, but a brother do need a break. Just for a little second. So, you know what I'm saying?
Are you actually hurt? Like physically hurt?
Yeah, little injuries here and there, but that's pro wrestling, bro. You got to sit here and you deal with that. I have been dealing with it, and I'll be okay. But I'd rather need a vacation mentally, working and all this other stuff. My wife's birthday is coming up. That's important to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be out there. We're gonna celebrate her birthday and whatnot. We're gonna do our thing that way. I'm gonna be in Mexico for a whole week. You know what I mean? Doing my thing, but that doesn't stop what's going on in the city. You know what I'm saying? Because if I am the spirit of Detroit, then my spirit is there. You know what I'm saying? That I actually need y'all to be there. I need folks to come out there and support what's going on with SCW, because we, like, quiet as kept, bro, like, we're really like making waves right now, and I feel like I'm part of that train. I feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying, like I'm there with these guys, and a lot of them feel like, all right, we so close to getting somewhere, but they need the people. It's the connection. I'm always telling you about that. We always talk. Every time I talk to you, what's the main thing I say? Connections. Connections. Fans. People. Investments. All that. There's a whole pool of talent here. You know what I'm saying? That's just looking for, like, if somebody would connect with me and because say it wasn't me. Say people didn't want to connect with me. They connected to Wolf. That's cool. They can cheer who they want to cheer. They can boo who they want to boo. They can do whatever they want to do with anybody in here. Anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. That's the flag bearer or whatever. It could be literally anybody. You know what I'm saying? But the fans got to see that passion with us. I'm always gonna give it 120%, even more. I'll give it more than that. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. Everybody else has to be on that same mindset too. They be like, all right, because I'm on a different type of time. Every time I perform, every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at this like, yo, these guys can be the dudes on TV or whatever they want to do, because they already are. They already are. It's just that folks need to believe in that too. I believe in it. I'm back here. You know what I'm saying? So I see what's going on. But these guys are that.
Do you believe yourself in that same class of people who are that?
Absolutely. Definitely. Because pro wrestling, nowadays, everybody thinks pro wrestling is what we're on the same age, what? Both millennials. So we grew up watching what? The WWE. And that was TNA and
WWE,
stuff like
TNA.
that. So we grew up with that mindset. It's just that. Because that's all we see. But we're forgetting the fact that pro wrestling, and bro, you're the wrestler. You're the investment. If you go out there and you get these people out there talking about you and they really hold on and they clutching on to you, don't you know that you can go wherever you want to. You can wrestle anywhere. Because it's you that's the investment. You're the prize. You are the prize. But people got to know that. So I definitely, and people ask me before, like, why you ain't signed? Why you ain't this? That's my choice, my decision.
How do you create that connection to kind of make people know that you're the prize?
How you command a room. How you can command a room just by being yourself. You ain't got to fake nothing. people know when you stand in the room, when you come into the room, they be like, oh, okay, yep, we know what time it is. That's how you know, like, you on to something. It's the aura. You know what I'm saying? It's the aura that somebody got.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tell. You can be like, oh, he got something. I don't really know what it is he got, but he got something.
Mm.
And if folks get out there, this is me. I was one of the most out of control dudes in this business. Still am in a way. But it took me to actually like just calm down and get smartened up and think like, okay, it's more to it. It's way more to it. If a lot of guys just sit down and look at it in a different lens, I swear they'll be like, oh, I get it. I see what's going on. A lot more folks will have the kind of mindset I got. You got to unlearn things. I had to unlearn all this because I was out here doing the dumbest stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of unlearning. You got to have the right people around you, and just don't fake the funk. You ain't got to do none of that. It's just like, bro, me and you, I first met you, I'm myself all the time, and you yourself all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can kick it with you, because I don't give a vibe of you that you just be lying to people. You be out here like, just saying stuff to people that they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? That stuff matters. That stuff counts. People look at stuff like that. The most famous wrestlers that you can think of that got The Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan, these people all had connections. All of them. Every last one of them had connections. They can do it too. I can do it. All of us can do it.
Yep, just by being yourself, right?
Just by being yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You are the prize. The wrestlers are the prize. How you gonna have a show without the wrestlers?
You can say that again. But I think you've definitely like made that connection with a lot of people. The fact that I'm looking at our Detroit show and noticing that there was your presence missing, it shows that you've made an impact in a way that you've commanded the room, you've commanded the scenery, so to speak. So yeah. I think that's definitely one of your high skills in that. So first, let me say on behalf of the SCW roster, happy birthday to Mrs. Kieth, and also hope you both enjoy that vacation in Mexico.
Thank you, bro.
I'd also be remiss if I don't mention our 2-day tournament in Troy Daze for September 13th and September 14th, where we're, after 3 months after Big Rookie vacated the heavyweight championship, we're going to have a tournament to finally crown a new heavyweight champion, and have on good authority that you're expected to be in that heavyweight tournament. But you mentioned a little bit earlier that you're hurt. So do you think that those injuries do you think you'll be cleared in time for Troy Daze, is what I'm trying to ask.
Only time will tell, but I don't think it's nothing like, it's pro wrestling. We fight hurt all the time. All the time. The problem is people try to act like they don't fight hurt. They want to sit here and say stuff like, well, I'm not hurt. Yeah, I'm hurting. Okay. But so was Stone Cold. So was The Rock. So was the Undertaker. Undertaker wrestled with like messed up ribs and stuff like that. Like all these, it's just certain things that you gotta be committed. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, my arm hurts and whatnot. My leg hurts, but I still got a mouth. I can. What's going on? What, folks don't expect me to not pop up or something just because you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at with it. I can get on there and issue a challenge. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on for real. And I do what I want to do. Truthfully, that's another thing that makes me a little bit more different there. I do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Almost inspire other people as well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What? What? You know what I'm saying? 17 years in.
I want to talk about that a little bit too, because we talked a lot today about how you've been underestimated by different people. Mm-hmm. And I recall on our previous episode of the podcast, I had your uncle Chuck Cold on, and I mentioned that I think that you should be viewed as a favorite to win the heavyweight title and the heavyweight tournament. Mm-hmm. And he basically laughed. He criticized your weight, said you're only a heavyweight if you put some rocks in your pocket.
Only my own mind, right?
Mm-hmm. And most importantly, he also said that as long as there's air in my lungs, I'll make sure Jon'tae Kieth never wins the heavyweight title. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay. It's no secret. I mean, look at me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Look at your boy. Look. You know what I'm saying? Look. If we're gonna talk about weight, I'm not the biggest dude at all. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? At all. So what? Who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You don't think that gives you a disadvantage against?
It does. I'm wrestling giants. This is like being in the NBA, bro. If Allen Iverson was like one of the smallest dudes in the NBA, going against giants, getting knocked down every game on the floor, rolling around, bruised elbows, bruised knees, messed up, still played because that was his passion. You don't beat the passion out of. How can you beat the passion out of somebody for real? Is he really passionate? I don't think so, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Because if you're really passionate about something, like big, small, whatever, that shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? And what's funny, I wasn't that small when I beat him.
You did beat Chuck Cole.
So,
like you did. We were at a weight disadvantage, but that didn't stop you from winning the match. So.
It didn't stop me from beating him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
If you go into a tournament against Chuck Cole, let's say semifinals, quarterfinals, wherever, could you beat him again 1-on-1?
I mean, absolutely I can. But you got to think about the disadvantages that's going to come with that. Jon'tae Kieth versus Chuck Cole. I know how this is going to go. If something's going to happen where he going to end up trying to handcuff referees again, something goofy. You know what I mean? Something where he can, like, not have me at a big disadvantage. And I don't feel like going through all that. I shouldn't have to go through all that just to, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to, especially by my own uncle. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. This is what family will do this to you. Mm. You know what I'm saying?
Chuck Cole do it to a lot of people.
That's why you can't take him serious. Listen, you can't take this dude serious. Now, if he wants to be and that's another. I want to comment on this too, though. But all right, say I was in the tournament for the heavyweight. Remember how I told you before that they don't want to see me as the face of the company? Mm-hmm. Now imagine me, SCW World Champion. That means it's over. It's up now. It's super up because they got me as a champion. Oh my goodness, they don't want that. Mm-hmm. He said that himself. Like as long as in my power, I will make sure Jon'tae Kieth will not even get up there. That don't sound systematic to somebody, bro. I'm gonna make sure he don't get nowhere. Mm-hmm. He gonna stay right there where he is, no matter how hard I fight. No matter how hard I scratch and claw and all this other stuff, he gonna make sure I stay there. That's crazy. That's my uncle saying this to me. Mm-hmm. Well, to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That is my uncle saying that. Mm-hmm.
So let's take your uncle out of the equation for a second, and let's look at the critics in general, because you said yourself that they higher ups do not want you as the flag bearer, the face of SCW.
No.
What would you bring to the table? Let's say you're in the tournament. What do you bring to the table to silence the critics?
Well, you gotta win it. Once you win it, you might silence them a little bit, but everybody gonna talk, regardless. Especially what I do. I've been under a microscope since I was like 16, because they was always trying to figure out like what's to this kid. Like it's something about him, but they can never figure me out. Yeah, they label me all kinds of things because I'm myself. I never changed who I was, not one time. Not one time have I sat here and said, let me be something different to appease these people. I don't give a damn about these people. Not in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't really rock with me just off of who I am, or because I'm a genuine dude and stuff like that, then I don't even need to be around you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing stuff like that to the table. I'm just bringing pureness. I'm bringing every time we at a show, we're gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? I might even switch to how the belt look. You know what I mean? They really gonna be mad. I do some stuff like that. I'm like, man, this dude, come on, man, what are you doing? So it's gonna be turned for real. I'm gonna bring pro wrestling back. You know what I'm saying? because now it's just whatever. What's really important to me is that one Terry Funk quote. You know, he said, "I can't make people believe that pro wrestling is real, but I can make them believe that I'm real." You know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me, because that's the realest. That's as real as it gets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to convince you, like manipulate you in a bad way, that I'm who I say I am. I'm showing you, and I'm letting you make the decision on how you want to take me. That's how I feel. You like you know, whatever they doing over there, cool. But what's over here? This is where you need to be at. This is where you need to be at, because I'm a real wrestling fan. I'm a fan, man. Ain't you a wrestling fan?
Yes, I am.
Ain't you a wrestling fan? You know what I'm saying? Don't you just like wrestling? That's what it boils down to. We are pro wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying? We want to see something that's gonna be like, wow, that's crazy. That was lit. I actually feel where this person is coming from. And that's what it boils down to. Just feel where we coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, there's so much stuff that's going on in wrestling, bro. You know what I'm saying? That it takes the fun out of the art. You know, I used to say that I wanted to quit so much in this business, but I can't quit, because I feel like this is what I'm put on this earth to do.
So you feel like if you are a champion in SCW, you're basically, your mission is to bring the fun back.
Yeah. You know, bring more eyes here. We need, I can be real with you, right? You know what I'm saying? We need more eyes here.
Mm-hmm. Here as in SCW, or here as in wrestling in general?
In wrestling in general. Because if people are watching wrestling in general, everybody is lit, because wrestling is popular. Now, folks be like, well, wrestling is popular, WWE's popular. It's the WWE. Of course. Think bigger, my bro. Think bigger for a second. Just for a second. Not you specifically, but think bigger for a second. It's the WWE. Of course they are. They got them people brainwashed. They gonna keep buying it. They love it. That's their thing. It's the biggest ticket. It's the biggest market in wrestling, bro. Like, WWE is it. You know what I'm saying? But they have 50, 60, 70 plus years of doing stuff like that. With all the scandals and the controversies that come with the WWE, like, they still there. They still got their fans. They still got all that. Whatever. Okay, so what's going on over here? You know what I'm saying? We have to build us up if we want to get to that point. Now, I ain't saying that, go out there and compete with the WWE tomorrow, because you can't. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, the performers that's here can make a difference. They can make a difference, just like I can make a difference. I can go out there and get as much people to love me as much as I want. But the more they look at me, that's cool and everything. It has to be a company thing. The company has to be. They gotta look at the company and like, dang, like that's where I want to go. That's what it boils down to.
I definitely think you can make a difference as the champion, or not even just the champion, but a champion, because I think this is what we're talking about too. In the heavyweight title power rankings, you're ranked at number 7 right now. But with the Internet Championship, Father Marquise's Internet Championship, you're the number 2 contender right now. So, now, I'm not sure if you feel like your history with Father Marquise is over after Christmas in June, but would you want to revisit that and take his title?
I knew the Father Marquise questions were coming for sure. I knew he was coming to be brought up. You see, me and Marquise's history is so damn, like, it gets to the point where it's just, something gotta happen. You know, I talk a lot of mess about Father Marquise. I don't like him at all. We all know that. I don't have to go down the list of why I don't like him or what I think about him or none of that. You know, but he's another one. Another one that's been on the front line going crazy for SCW. I gotta admit that. I don't like nothing about this dude, but I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? He's a talented dude, for sure. But, you know, if he was just, if he was smart enough, you know what I'm saying, things would be different too. Because I'm like, all right, bro, you're the champion. Now what? Now what? You know what I'm saying? Because you keep dodging me, even though he say he not. He want to put stuff on me talking about I got locked out of the. What did he say, man?
He said that you had too much of a record to get into our high school show.
Now I can't get in the Renaissance. Now I can't get in there. Craziness.
You were feeding the homeless that day, remember?
Man, yeah, I was doing something positive. Ain't what he doing, but whatever. But yeah, me and Father Marquise, I absolutely do. Just to give it to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, I can take that. I can take that if I wanted it. If I really wanted that belt, bro, I can have that. So and he knows that, though. He really does know that. And I want... he know that. He know that for sure. Deep down, he does.
So even after Christmas in June, there's still unfinished business between you two?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know when or where, you know, it's going to happen. But I know for a fact it's going to happen. I know for a fact. All he has to do is just accept my challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not like I forgot anything. That, to me, what happened at Christmas in June, for real, was a statement. I may not have pinned him in the match, per se, but he was still in that match, and he lost. So I kind of feel like I'm owed that. I already beat him once before. Was he champion when I beat him the first time?
I don't think he won the championship yet.
But he was. So he wasn't. Champion.
He might have been the champion, but it was a non-title match. If I remember,
you know what I'm saying. But either way it goes, bro. Like, he lost to me on some like 1-on-1. No nothing. No chairs, tables, ladders. None of that. 1-on-1. He never beat me. He's never beaten me. That has to eat at him too. He's a competitor. You think that man don't be sitting here and be like, man, I know I can beat this dude. The heathen. I know I can beat the heathen. I'm going to beat the devil out. Whatever he want to say. I know he be like, you know. Because he's still a professional at the end of the day. So come get it.
So the only way you two are going to be square is if you take that title from him.
Yeah. Long story short.
Okay.
Because I know when I take that title from him, that's all he gonna think of. He gonna be stressed out. Out of all the people to lose to, since you've been wrestling, you lose it to me. I'm in your head, man. Like, I'm in there, bro. So it's like, yeah.
That's definitely a title with some history between you two, but knowing you're also a contender for Johnny Go's interstate title, and I know you don't have any history with him, but would you want to go for that championship as well?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, any championship, I'm not going to disrespect any of the titles, you know what I'm saying? Any of the belts, because those guys worked hard to get to where they are. So it'll be disrespectful for me to just not give it 100%. I'll take his belt too. I'll give it here. Like, I want all that. I don't care who. If you challenge me, you know what I'm saying? If you have the audacity to put your belt on the line, knowing this type of stuff I'm capable of doing, then that's on you. That's on you. So
it's definitely a lot of confidence, which that's going to give you a lot of momentum going into that Troy Days event. So very excited for that.
To it for sure.
Now, as we near the end of this podcast, as we wind down, is there anything you want to say to really anyone about anything, about our shows coming up, about anyone that you haven't addressed, or about anything you haven't addressed?
Man, no, I honestly. Thank you for bringing me back on your podcast. You know, it's the second time. We making history, bro. Second time. And I watch everybody else gonna be like, let me get on the podcast because Jon'tae, shut up. But nah, you know, I wanted to just come up here and really just explain why it's important, especially at Spirit of Detroit. Come on, man. Like, the damn event is called Spirit of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I felt I would be robbing folks if I didn't even comment on it or say something about it or let people understand, like, yo, like, this is important. This is in Detroit. This is my city. I grew up here. You know, well, we're not in Detroit right now, but you know what I'm saying? In the city, I grew up there, born and raised. So you can see why I'm like, I need people from, and YouTube, bro, like, bring everybody. You know what I'm saying? Bring them all. And I'm talking to cameraman. I'm talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to come to this show, and they need to just come out and see. My brother gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit of Detroit will be represented somehow. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely come out and see what we got to offer, man. Because, bro, Do it for your boy. Do it for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Come out, pop out for your boy. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I ain't gonna be there. But pop out for your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you heard Jon'tae Kieth. Come see us at SCW 313 on August 24th in front of the Spear of Detroit Fist.
Let's go.
Yes. That was Jon'tae Kieth, and this is SCW Breakdown.
This is Superior Championship Wrestling. Breakdown.
Thank you for listening to SCW Breakdown, the official podcast of Superior Championship Wrestling. You can subscribe to us on all podcasting platforms and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X at Superior Championship Wrestling to keep in touch for when the next episode of SCW Breakdown is set to release.